Le Grive is a blend between Barbera and Pinot Noir. It's something really unusual. This is a small farm and very old, very old style. So we prefer
no mechanization, right?
We have horses.
Yeah, you have horses.
Instead of
Yes.
the mechanization.
Right, yeah.
When
No,
we
we
were
remember.
here, we saw.
We work by
went
hand.
down-
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the quantity of our wines is very limited, so we produce not so many bottles. But we prefer to produce old wines, old style wines. I mean, for example, the Moscato Dry is the old style. When it was not possible, not so easy to produce sweet, they produced dry. The Barbera is the Barbera old style, in the wood barrels, not roasted. It's the old style. Today you can find two kind of Barbera, two kind of red wines, made in steel tanks or made in roasted barrels. Barrique, we call it barrique in French language. So, two kind.
And why did they go to the roasted barrel?
Because the roasted barrels are more tasty.
More tasty.
So
But not the original style.
it's not the original style. It's not the original style, and the roasted barrels are also more full of tannins.
Tannins, right, yeah.
They give roasted and new. If the barrels are new, they give much more taste of roasted and taste of tannins. After 3-4 years, they give not so much, they give not anymore. And this is the reason for after 3 or 4 years, we start to use the barrels for that wine. And before to use, we take away the roasted part. So, because this was the old taste of the farmers,
right,
without the roasted taste. Roasted taste is nice, but in my opinion is good for strong wine. Strong as this here. So this is our method. When the barrels are new and roasted, are for Le Grive, because Le Grive is very strong. When the barrels are 3 years old, we take away the roasted part and we start to use to the other wine. So, and we can, with this method, we can use the barrels
Longer, right, yeah.
Longer. So
yeah.
it is less
like
expensive.
Recycling the barrels.
Yes, yes, it is less expensive also. This is the reason for the other wine is less expensive, because we paid the barrels for Le Grive and not for the other wine. So, and
Where do the names come from? The Monross?
Monross, the name come from an old story of my great-grandfather, and once upon when I was young, very young, 10 years old, he died when I was 12. When I was 10, he told me, because I was used to stay with him during the summertime, so I learned a lot from my father, from my grandfather, but also from my great-grandfather. And my great-grandfather told me, take care of this vineyard, because this is the only one that we have. He was very old, and he realized it was near to die, because it died in 94. So when he was 92, told me, remember, to me I was 10, remember, because take care, because this is the only vineyard that we have with a red ground, good to produce bricks. Good bricks, because as you can see, this house is not built with bricks, it's built with stones, because it was usual in this area in Langa. We are in Langa here, part of Piedmont. We have white ground with much more chalk, white, something white, and without iron. If you have iron in the ground is brown or red.
Yeah.
This is iron.
Yeah.
It's brown. And so but we have one vineyard with the iron and with a brown ground soil. Good, if you cook this soil, you can produce bricks.
Yeah.
And this, for example, if you go to Nizza Monferrato, to the Monferrato land, very close to here, the ground is brown and rich of iron. Monferrato, mountain with ferro. Ferro is iron in Italian language.
Monferrato.
The mountain with the iron. So this is so good to produce red bricks. Red bricks. Monros in local dialect means red bricks. Doesn't mean my red. Mon in French language means mine.
Yes.
But in local language means bricks.
Ah.
So this is the wine from the red brick soil. Red brick vineyard. So, and then also le grive, it's because of my great grandfather, because le grive is a bird in Italian language, is a kind of crow, black crow, small crow. He told me once upon a time, pay attention to when the black birds come in October, they could eat your berries, because they come every year from the north of Europe. They cross the Mediterranean Sea, they go to the south, to the Africa. During the winter, they stay in Africa. In spring, they come back in Europe. They go and up and down, up and down. And so before to cross the Mediterranean Sea, we are close to the Mediterranean Sea, because the Liguria Sea is 65 kilometers from here. In Erline is 45 kilometers. They come here, they eat the berries, and then they cross the sea in October. In the reality, they don't like so much the grape berries. They prefer some other berries. But anyway, nobody knows. So my great-grandfather used to put some scarecrow. You know the scarecrow?
Yeah, that works.
Dressed like a man.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And they told me, pay attention. So this is the reason for we have the name of
From the bird.
because this is the vineyard to pay attention. So, and it's a blend between Barbera and Pinot Noir, because in this village we have a lot of Pinot Noir. More Pinot Noir than Barbera. This is something unusual.
Just right here in
this village, in
this
Loazzolo.
village, which is
Only in this
Loazzolo.
village, yes. In Loazzolo, Loazzolo is the only one village in Piedmont with so much Pinot Noir. Because it's not so usual Pinot Noir in Piedmont. It's more usual in France. It's a French
Right,
grape.
so it's one.
And California.
California, also all over the world,
Everywhere.
but not so much in Piedmont, except in this village. In this village we have more Pinot Noir than the other grapes. It is because of the family, Gancia family. Gancia is a noble family. They have a castle down in the valley, Castello Gancia, and they were in 1850, so more than 170 years ago, they decided to produce the first Italian champagne. It was a kind of Blanc de Noir. Blanc de Noir is a white wine made with a Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir, yeah.
Blanc de Noir. Blanc means white in French. Right? And they chose this hill and this village because this is exactly in front of the castle. The castle is behind the house. In front of the castle and the highest hill of the area. In front and very high. And they supposed Pinot Noir on the top of the hill during the night is cold, for example, is good. This weather is good. This climate
Cool at
is
night.
good. Yeah, high and cold. And cold. It's good for the Pinot Noir, and it was almost true. And this is the reason for we have so much Pinot Noir till today. And they are going on, the farmers are going on to produce, to make sparkling wine, to make white wine. But I'm a farmer. We don't sell the grapes. We produce the wine by ourselves. I don't want to produce sparkling champagne wine because it's not the tradition of my family. Champagne was the tradition of the noble families. was a wine for the nobles, not for the farmers.
But they can't call it champagne.
They call it spumante metodo
Spumante.
classico,
A method
but it's the same kind of wine made in another
Method
place.
champenoise.
Metodo champenoise. It's the same wine made in another place.
Right.
So we prefer to produce red wines because this is the tradition of my family.
This is
So this is Pinot Noir
delicious.
red.
This
King of
is.
Red.
We haven't
And
had it
Barbera.
in so
We haven't had
long.
one, so
It's
fantastic.
so good to have
It is something unique because we are the only one, as we are the only one producing the Moscato dry, we are also the only one producing the blend between Barbera and Pinot Noir. Because Barbera is a very, very different from Pinot Noir. Barbera is the Cinderella of the Italian wines. Cinderella
She's
because
home cleaning the fireplace.
yeah, is the wine is a Barbera is a wine very strong, but very common. Very
common.
It was the wine to drink almost every day. It is not. It was not considered a noble wine.
Elite, yeah.
Yes, it was the wine for everybody for every day. And Pinot Noir is the most expensive wine of the world because if you go to Burgundy in France, you can find some. For example, La Tâche of the Romanée Conti cellar is the red wine most expensive of the world. So Pinot Noir is the prince, and Barbera is La Barbera is a female name. La Barbera. So the Cinderella and the prince they meet each other.
Barbera's feminine.
So this is the son. Because he's part of Cinderella and part and part of the prince, part of the prince. So the prince give the spicy taste, and Cinderella give the ruby color. Because in the reality Pinot Noir is not so red usually. It's a kind of red.
Harry and Meghan, the prince and the commoner.
Harry and Meghan, for example. Harry and Meghan. But this is the son.
The prince and the actress.
Yeah. Something like this.
Oh, it's so
I have
good.
a something. I just a moment.